Good afternoon and welcome into the Action 2 News newsroom. My name is Brittany Schmidt and I'll be taking you through the afternoon fastcast. Happy Wednesday. We made it halfway through the week. A little bit more to go with that windy weather outside. We'll get to weather in just a moment, but first a little bit about the stories that we are following today. Starting with a school walkout at St. Norbert College where about 100 students walked out today. They say that they are upset about college cuts. This comes after students, layoffs happened. They started last year, continuing into this year, and they say it was important for them to make their voices heard. There were signs, there were people talking about it. Simply put, they just say that they're the wallet of the school. There you see them all out there protesting, chanting, trying to make their voices heard. And then we did hear from the college. The college did respond to the protest. Emily Byer has both sides of the issue tonight on Action 2 News at 4, 5, and 6. Another story we are following, this one at a Grand Chute. There is a new community resource now available in Outagamie County. The Grand Chute Police Department and Outagamie County Public Health unveiled the first of 2 health vending machines. They are supposed to help combat the opioid crisis in the Fox Valley. This comes after both departments were awarded a $50,000 grant each from the state's opioid settlement fund. An Outagamie County public health officer says this is not a final solution in the opioid crisis, but it is a step toward improving the lives of those impacted. Now, you must be wondering what's in this vending machine. So it is stocked with Narcan, which is an overdose reversing drug. It also has fentanyl test strips, even gun safety locks. So Samantha Cavalli is on the story for us, and tonight she'll show us how people can use and access it tonight. One other story that we've been following for the past few days. So this is out of Fond du Lac. The suspect in a domestic violence stabbing case has been formally charged, and he is believed to be in the country illegally. Authorities say 50-year-old Fermin Teodoro Lopez Mendoza is facing 4 charges. This was reported last Friday. The Fond du Lac Sheriff's Office was notified that a woman had been stabbed multiple times in a home on County Highway K. We're told the victim is in the hospital and is in stable condition. Now, Lopez Mendoza does not have a prior criminal history, but the Federal Homeland Security did confirm with the Sheriff's Office that he is in the U.S. illegally. His bond is set at $2 million. One other story that we want to bring to your attention, as a lot of schools and a lot of people are out traveling because of spring break, there is a measles outbreak that doctors want you to be aware of. The Centers of Disease Control and Prevention has issued a health advisory in response to the rise in measles cases in the U.S. There are no confirmed cases here in Wisconsin yet, but the doctor that we talked to today says it's only kind of a matter of time because this is a virus and it is highly contagious. So as of last week Thursday, a total of 64 measles cases were reported in 17 states, despite the development of a highly effective vaccine. So as I was kind of just mentioning, measles is one of the most highly contagious airborne diseases and was previously believed to have been eliminated from the U.S. in 2000. So again, while there aren't any cases of measles in Wisconsin yet due to the recent outbreak, local healthcare officials are watching for signs of measles in patients. So a little bit more on those signs and symptoms tonight on Action 2 News at 4, 5, and 6. All right, let's head outside. And if you were outside today, you definitely understand how windy it is. The camera here that I'm showing you right now in Shawano, you can see it kind of jumping. That's just the wind because it's been so crazy out there. So let's bring in meteorologist David Ernst to talk to us a little bit about what we can expect and will this wind calm down soon?
Eventually, yes, it does. We are going to see the wind gradually weaken over the course of this evening and then through the night. Speeds should die down. Now, tomorrow, it might be a little bit breezy at times, maybe a gust to 20 or 25 in the afternoon, but not nearly as windy as it has been today. We've had gusts generally 30 to 40 miles per hour through the afternoon. So it has certainly been a windy one out there at times, and sustained speeds also, 15, 25 miles per hour. So it just has been a very windy one, to say the least. We've seen some sunshine break out around the Fox Valley and even the immediate north. So it is nice to see that. Tomorrow, here are your forecast wind speeds again up in that 10 to 15 range instead of 15 to 25, and gusts in that 20 to 25 range instead of 30 to 40. So yes, it might be a little bit breezy at times, but should not be as windy as it has been today. Could see a few light snow showers across some of our northern areas, maybe even clipping areas just north of Green Bay through the late evening. Clouds a little more persistent across the north. We'll see a mostly sunny start as we get into your Thursday morning. Through the day on Thursday, we will see a fair amount of sunshine, at least through the Fox cities and southward, or perhaps even the Antigo to Marinette corridor there, Highway 64 southward, looking at mostly sunny conditions. Clouds a little more persistent north, but dry through the day on Thursday, mostly sunny. Temperatures warmer than today. We'll go ahead and check the readings right now.
Deal.
Temperatures are low 30s around Green Bay, but we're in the upper half of the 30s around Oshkosh, Fond du Lac, so a little bit milder in that regard down south. We'll all be looking at lower 40s as we get into the day tomorrow, and then for your Easter weekend, I'll bring up Keith's forecast. I'm actually in the process of putting mine together, but obviously the numbers won't change too much between now and 4, 5, and 6. So we're looking at temperatures, today in the 30s. Tomorrow it's lower half of the 40s, back into the upper 40s on Friday. Saturday, a little cooler with a little bit of a wintry mix, especially through the morning. Easter Sunday, at least in Wisconsin, is looking dry and mostly cloudy. If you're heading south on Sunday, you might run into some rainfall getting into parts of Illinois. We will see a better chance for some rain and perhaps even some wintry mix across the north woods on Monday. But temperatures overall look pretty much seasonable, which is a term we haven't gotten to use a whole lot really over the last several months. It's difficult to know what that is supposed to be, but average for this time of year is in the middle 40s for a high, and that's largely where we will be after today. Maybe a little under that tomorrow, a little over it on Friday, so plus or minus a degree or two here or there. But in general, temperatures look to level off in the middle to upper 40s for the start of next week, and then perhaps getting back into the 50s, back into that above average territory that we've become so accustomed to towards the end of next week.
That's what I like to hear, above average. All right, thanks so much, David.
You bet.
All right, so let's get into some of the other stories that we're working on today that you'll have in our afternoon newscasts. Let me pull those up for you. All right, so at 4 o'clock, we'll have the latest on Maryland Bridge collapse. Again, that was yesterday. We brought that to you, breaking news. In Baltimore, a bridge collapsed early that morning around 1:30. A large ship, a cargo ship, hit one of the pillars of the bridge, and it completely crumbled. We do know that rescue efforts are continuing at this time. 6 people are presumed dead, but they are still looking. These were people that were on the bridge doing construction at the time of the incident. Tonight at 4:30, there are so many municipal races on the ballot coming up next week, but there's also 2 constitutional amendments on it. So Chris Roth focuses on that today and really what's on the ballot. So you'll want to tune into that before you head to the polls. At 5, with Easter approaching, the weather looks nice here in our area, but a historic Green Bay church is undergoing massive interior renovations. So tonight we kind of look into how people are pooling resources to help foot the bill and restore this church. And then at 6, the National Farm Medicine Center came out with a report saying that child injuries on farms will no longer be referred to as accidents. So we'll tell you why they're changing that term to incident tonight on Action 2 News at 6. Those are all of the stories that we are following this afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us for our afternoon Fastcast, and we'll see you back here tonight on Action 2 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Have a good Wednesday.